Hello guys, Happy New Year. So this video is just a video of me making some sweet potato fried donuts for a new year. I have made sweet potato donuts before without frying them, baking them, and I have that recipe down below in the link below, so you can find that recipe there. But this is just a fun video, bringing in the new year, having a little bit of fun by frying me up some sweet potato donuts. They're a little bit healthier than your average donut, and they are vegan. They're dairy-free. In case you don't eat eggs or butter or anything like that, this recipe could work for you. Or if you just want a healthier donut recipe, that works too. Like I said, I want to make it clear that my channel is not about diet labels. It's about health. It's about making things a little bit healthier in a different way, but still the same amount of flavor. So guys, I hope you go into the new year with goals that you actually know that you can fulfill, and just with a positive attitude and just hoping for the best, and making up your mind that if you do want to make changes, just sticking with it and saying, I'm going to do it. I don't care about writing it down. I don't care about declaring it. I'm just going to do it. So anyways, I will see you guys for the recipe, and again, Happy New Year. Before I forget, you can bake these donuts, and I want to say that I made them for New Year's and everyone loved them. Everyone loved them. So they're definitely a crowd pleaser, and you can make these any time of the year, for a special event or whatever, and they're super delicious. Okay then, to the video. Okay guys, so let's get started with the recipe. We're going to start with our wet ingredients. So I'm going to put in 3/4 cup of mashed sweet potato. So I just took a baked sweet potato and I just mashed it up with a fork, took off the skin. I'm going to add in 3/4 cups of almond milk, any plant milk you choose. And then I've got my yeast mixture, which is really bubbly now. You don't have to temper, you don't have to test instant yeast, but I like to do it just to be safe, so I don't waste all my time making something and then it doesn't rise. So this mixture is a little, I need to get my whisk. And I'm also going to add in, before I get my whisk, 3 tablespoons of some type of oil. I'm going to use some vanilla oat yogurt that I've got. It's a new kind. It's called Oat Yeah. And so I'm using this kind just to kind of see how it works. But you can use oil or applesauce or whichever you choose. Let's put this in here. Alright. Let me get my whisk. Just kind of whisk this together. Still got some chunks of sweet potato. Probably should have mashed it a little better. But just make sure you mash your sweet potato very finely, so you don't get chunks of sweet potato like I have. So donuts are one of those words that bring instant joy. Like when you hear it, you think of joy, you think of happiness, and what better way to celebrate the new year? 3 tablespoons of any sweetener of your choice. I'm going to use maple syrup today. And I just feel like making the donuts with sweet potato just adds a little bit of health, makes it a little bit more nutritious than usual. So I'm just going to go ahead and add in my 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. Since we're using sweet potatoes, using maple syrup kind of goes along with the flavors and all of that. I'm also going to add some cinnamon and some allspice. You can also add some nutmeg in there. Like I said, these spices go well with the sweet potato flavor. If you don't want to add them, you could just add cinnamon. That would be fine. Now let's add the flour. I have 1 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour and 1/2 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. You could just do 1.5 cup of unbleached all-purpose flour. That would be fine. But again, I'm adding in a little bit of health and nutrition by adding in the whole wheat pastry flour. I'm just going to add that in there. This is why I have on the apron, because I love to splash things. I'm not that neat in the kitchen. You're going to need extra flour on standby. So I started out with 1/2 cup. If your stuff is too liquidy, just go ahead and add a little bit of flour until you get a dough-like consistency. And you're going to also need additional flour when you actually roll the dough out to make the donuts. used a lot of extra liquid. I used the maple syrup and the yogurt, so I would say about 2.5 to 3 cups total, maybe, just until you get a nice dough and enough to roll out the dough as well for donuts. Say hey to the camera. Oh, Lord. She's like,
nope, I don't want to see no camera.
And then say hey. Hey, say hi.
Yeah, scalding hot. I'm about to switch it.
I thought I put the hat on.
The dough has doubled in size.